And I know for me, sometimes I crave time alone in the car. Like my life is so busy that those few moments in the car when I can just close the windows and be quiet and drive from point A to point B is some of the most restorative moments of my day. But I encourage you to be more intentional with it, to really set time aside, whether it's in the morning or maybe it's time before you go to bed, or maybe, if you are a runner and you are exercising every day, maybe for the last 10 minutes of your run, you're just walking and just being reflective, getting outside, being with nature, getting just very clear to the world around you, which is very hard to do when we're always moving. So I even teach this to the kids that I work with, and I practice it a lot with my son. We have quiet time at night where we're not reading, we're not talking, maybe Max is coloring, or we're doing something that's very quiet, but he also is very familiar with the practice of meditation. So oftentimes, even in our karate class, we have a few minutes where we just sit and breathe, kind of let things go for the day. And even if it's 2 or 3 minutes, it's that separation from the day to, okay, now we're being intentional with karate. They even practice that in his school. So with kids, a 20-minute meditation, probably not easy to do. But 2 or 3 minutes, absolutely. So learning breathing techniques, learning other modalities that help you to stop, be present with your day. Maybe for you it's prayer. Maybe for you it's some other form of meditation. A lot of times I have clients who listen to certain chanting CDs, or I have a really good friend who calls it a napitation, where she actually does fall asleep for a little while. She runs a busy martial arts studio, so she goes home for a few hours in the day and she just sits and rather than saying, okay, I'm going to sleep now, she sits down and allows whatever is going to happen. So whether it's a little short nap or maybe it's just a time of silence, but she also says that this is one of the most powerful moments in her day when she can just really sit, reflect, get energy, get understanding, get some perspective on her life, and just even tapping into imagination. So it is super, super important. And I end with this very important topic because I think it is as important as the topic that I started with, which is always eat breakfast and how that impacts your physiology. Well, stress also impacts your physiology, right? And it secretes hormones, as I had mentioned before, like cortisol and all of those things. And cortisol is very inflammatory, so it can also create inflammation in your body. So that can lead to things like muscle pain, or it can also lead to even more serious conditions like cardiovascular disease. So it's very important physiologically as well to manage your stress, because I really feel that it can be the root of so much dis-ease. And it doesn't take a lot to just calm our bodies, calm our minds, and give our bodies the resources that it needs to move more powerfully through the day. So with that, I'm going to end. And I really have enjoyed sharing all of this information with you the last 5 days. And we have some specials that we'd like to offer you, of which you'll be notified about. And if you have more questions, of course, you can always contact me. There are lots of ways that you can live your max life, and I've given you the 5 most powerful strategies. And these really are things that you can implement into your life right now. My whole philosophy, small change, big impact. If you make these small changes consistently every day, you will have big impact results in your life that will last. They'll be sustainable, they'll become life-giving, they'll become so much a part of who you are that you do them without thinking about them. So thank you, and I'll look forward to seeing you again.